What's up, sports fans? I'm Rene Garza Jr.
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
And welcome to another episode of Tailgate 956, a show that covers sports across the Valley and the Lone Star State. Now, before we get started, here's a shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Find Apogee Comics all throughout social media and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on
Indiana Street
in Brownsville. Yeah. My brother, how have you been?
Oh, watching a lot of games. Sad, happy, mixed feelings.
A lot of ups and downs, especially when it comes to the NBA Finals. Ooh,
what another disappointment. But you know what? We have a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, we'll get into that blood pressure.
Disappointment, but you know what? It was overall great. It was just overall great season.
Yeah,
you can't fight it. Yeah, tough losses. But you know what? It was a great season.
Yeah. But before we get into it, let's get into the dugout.
I just keep on getting memories of those home runs.
Oh, bro.
Them Astros.
Yeah, not one, not two, not 3, 4, 5, or even 6. But counting today, 7, baby.
Ooh,
yeah.
Beating the Rockies today, 7-1.
Winning streak, 40-40. Dude.
On fire, their orange fire. On their shirts.
That's the Houston Astros that we know and love. That's the team. That's a solid team.
40 record. Amazing. Amazing.
Yes. And it's almost halfway through the season. The only thing is they need to be more consistent. They're in the rearview mirror of the Mariners. They're like 6 games behind. Yes, we're almost there. We're almost there. Although I don't know what happened to the Rangers that they fell off the radar, but hey, it's okay. They're still in the 3rd place. We were there too.
Game.
Yeah, they were there too. Hey, either way, top teams in our division, we got this.
They're hitting a bump. The Rangers are hitting a bump. Mm-hmm. Astros are catching on fire, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. And especially when I found out this trade today that they got, who they signed to a minor league deal with Omar Narvaez from the Mets, who they're facing this upcoming weekend. So,
That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good intel and a lot of good because he knows how they play. So maybe he can go ahead and help out with that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, they'll call him into the minor league right now, so he'll probably be going to Corpus or whatnot. But he'll eventually get called up. Hey, he was an all-star with Milwaukee.
So do you think there's a chance that you might play with them when you play the Mets?
I believe so. I think so. I'm confident in that. I'm confident.
Hopefully he's ready because that's gonna be a great addition and something good to add for that game.
Well, definitely.
It might help.
It's despite all the injuries that's been going on.
On top of everything.
Was it Carantini's injured? He's on the IL. And that's another thing that's been like irking me so much. But a lot of prospects, a lot of diamonds in the rough are stepping up their game, which is great.
Well, we can see it. Definitely.
Which is great, especially with Spencer and Getty.
Yeah.
10 strikeouts. 10 strikeouts. He smoked 10 dudes today. Great game. Great player of the game for me. They say player of the game.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He's the player of the game and he's the pitching. Overall, I mean he did really great.
Yeah, despite that one little hiccup by the reliever, I knew that was gonna happen. It always happens.
Man, you didn't even have a picture of him, man. You're right, man.
Yeah. But despite all that, it was great. It was a great win, great momentum. They need to keep it up. I know today was a today game. I would have enjoyed ending my day with an Astro game, which Astro fan doesn't,
Of course.
But it's phenomenal and it's great that they're on this run. And I hope it continues.
I want to talk a little bit more about the Orioles, man.
Yeah.
You were telling me because I watch. I've been watching the Astros a little bit more and everything. It's a little bit more, but you're the baseball whiz.
Yeah.
You were telling me because I was like blown away by them beating the Orioles like by a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, they really are stepping up. And I just thought they were catching on fire. And I thought, you know what, whatever. But then you were telling me that they were the number 1 offense.
Yeah, they have a great offensive team that
at least on a great offense.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, oh man, I thought it was gonna be the opposite. I thought we were gonna get swept.
No, yeah.
Despite that, despite winning or losing, I'm still a Nationals fan. But I honestly thought we were gonna get swept. But man, did they show up and they balled. man, although that second game, the double digit second game, like they almost caught up, but still either way, we still won. But like I said, despite injuries, that's what's hurting us a little bit more. And it's that pitching clock. I still stand like it's cool with the pitching clock because it builds up suspense momentum. But at the same time, it's hurting a lot of our pitchers. Not only pitchers of the Astros, but every other team in the MLB. But I feel that when it comes to that, they should add a couple more seconds, maybe 10 more seconds, 5 more seconds.
A little bit more.
Yeah,
help them get a little bit. Yeah. Maybe not the whole complete time that they had before, but maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, a couple of more seconds. Yeah, a couple more seconds. I honestly feel that would be better.
I agree because I'm gonna be honest with you. I see it's too fast, and we can see that it's affecting the pitchers.
And mistakes happen. Mistakes happen.
I mean, you're just adding to that. A little addition that I wanted to go ahead and bring back because of the Orioles, because I was like seeing them play. I just saw. I know I was watching the game. One of them, I believe it was the second game of the series.
Yeah.
And overall. Outfield, they were catching it. They were catching good balls, and the pitchers was doing. All the pitchers were doing. Blanco did amazing.
Yeah, what did I tell you?
Blanco was doing amazing. But Altuve, he made this great catch when they batted, and he jumped to get it in field.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was like, wow. Yeah. I mean, I think that has a lot to do with the momentum, and that's what it brings. The atmosphere. They were ready, and they were like on fire, and they just they had it. They had it done, and that was just an amazing play.
Yeah,
I wanted to talk about that play.
Yeah. I don't know. It was an amazing play, and this weekend they're going up against the Mets, who have been as well catching momentum. So it's going to be a slobber knocker. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Hopefully that Grimace magic left the Mets already.
Friday, the first series, right?
Yeah. First series. Yeah.
Oh man!
And supposedly the Mets have been, since Grimace threw the first pitch. I don't know what McDonald's had to do with that, but well, hopefully that magic goes away and the Astros can dominate, which I'm pretty confident that would happen.
Fire against fire. Well, let's see who.
Although the Mets did defeat the so-called hardcore Yankees the way they are right now. Although that's music to any Astros fan.
But you see, just like there's ups, there's downs too. Just like the Rangers. And I think that didn't have anything to do with playing the New York because. I mean, them being the Yankees, I just think the Yankees are hitting a bump that's just like the Rangers, and they're just having a hiccup. They're just
it's a bump in the road. It's a bump in the road. Hopefully they can come out of that rut and we can maybe go down to another Texas showdown this postseason.
Yep, definitely looking forward for that.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. That would be great.
That would be great. But I mean, overall, Astros fire on fire.
Yeah, so we're 6 games behind first place, guys. You got this, Houston Astros.
4 behind the wild card.
Oh yeah, 4 behind the wild card and 6 behind first place.
Yeah, I mean we're right there.
We're right there. Yeah.
Astros, they have it.
I know.
They got it. They got this, man.
What did I say before when it came to the match? What did I say? We got this. Oh yeah. Just have faith. Win or lose,
man.
Bleed that orange, guys.
The only thing is
bleed that orange with the Houston Astros.
Just like you said, like having France, also, with an injury.
Oh, the JP France. It's like I said, those injuries have been plaguing us. It's that dark cloud hanging over our head when it comes to pitching. But the Spencer Getty, we have pitchers like that, and Jake Bloss, who unfortunately, he did get hurt, and his debut. But from what we've seen from those 3 innings, he was doing phenomenal.
Hopefully he comes back.
Hopefully he comes back a lot sooner than usual. More than later. More than later, yeah. Yeah. So I hope he recovers well. Yeah. But, it builds confidence in me and makes me happy that, Spencer Getty had an amazing game. And it just shows that, we'll can overcome this. Yeah, we can overcome these, despite the injuries and whatnot. We can overcome this.
And that's something that the teams, it's not their fault. It's just that they have to overcome. No, it's just especially because of the new rule.
Yeah, definitely. It's just despite all that, that's what ends up happening.
And you know what? Houston, the Astros have been doing really good doing that so far, hitting, catching on fire, and hopefully they continue and not continue with injuries.
Oh yeah, no. That's one thing we need to avoid. That we need to avoid
with all teams, of course. With all teams, no more injuries. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know if they could do something throughout this. I think they'll probably to change it. They'll probably wait until after everything's done, not during. all these games.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
definitely. But either way, the winning streak's continuing to lucky number 7. Let's keep it going. Go to New York, dominate, dominate.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
to keep the streaks going, man.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And it has more confidence in me that you know what we're I'm thinking we're hitting wild card, we're going to get a spot. Hopefully, that's me.
The door is
thinking.
right there.
Yeah, it's
The
right there.
door
It's
is
right there. It's right there. And we got it.
It's not far from reach.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah.
And they can, especially the way they've been playing.
Yeah.
Oof,
Yeah.
they got this. I mean, they got this. They can go ahead and definitely go and get that.
Yeah, definitely.
Either one.
Definitely, yeah.
Minimum at least wild card.
Yeah. But speaking of wait and see, the NBA draft is upon us today, my brother.
Let's see what they do. I mean,
many prospects.
yeah. I mean, Spurs. I mean, from my opinion, they need to work around Wemby. They need to work around getting people that are good with him.
Yeah.
I think we both agreed the point guard was a big necessity.
Was a big importance.
Big necessity.
Yeah.
Rockets need to continue. I think they have an overall great team.
Yeah.
I think they need to go ahead and keep that up and add people that work well with the chemistry within the team that they already have. Just make additions to make that team better. And Dallas Mavericks, get Luka help. Get someone else to help that man, please.
Well, let's get into it, guys. Here's some of the blood pressure moments.
Please get somebody to help Luka.
Draft something useful, because I don't know what happened. We looked at the numbers, the way they played, the way both teams played, and we honestly thought it was going to be the opposite, that Dallas was going to take it.
Look, everybody wants to put the blame on Luka. That's the first thing I heard.
I don't agree with that.
I agree.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because he played his heart out.
Look at the stats on the last game on points. Just on the last game, Luka had 28, Washington 4, Jones 10, Gafford 6, Irving 15, Lively 2, Green 14, and Klember 2. That does not sound like Luka had any help at all.
No.
And rebounds, Luka had 12. Nobody had more. Oh, I'm sorry. Washington had 6. Apart from that, nobody had more than 5. More than 5. Nobody overall. Nobody. Yeah. None of the players that I just went ahead and said.
No. And even at that, I'm looking right here at the stats of all 5 games. The top, except for game 3, the top one that had most points was Luka.
He was the only one that was playing, man. He was the only one that was playing. What's going on, man? What happened?
I don't know.
I mean, and then on top of that, it did make me angry when I especially when I was looking. I'm like, the only one that I saw playing was Luka.
Yeah.
And then I look at the stats, and Luka did his job. He did his points that he usually always does on average.
Yeah.
I look at everybody else, and I'm like, where were they?
Yeah.
Where were they? Yeah. At least someone else. Nobody was there to help Luka. Nobody was there.
Nobody was there. I don't know what happened. Game 4, when they won that game, I'm like, oh great, okay, cool. But we might see some comeback because this is a team that, despite diversity, when they lock in, they lock in, and I was expecting maybe a comeback. Maybe, even at that, yes, my faith in this, us taking the whole series might have gone. I was expecting maybe a 4-2 series.
Yeah.
Them winning this other game 5. Them taking it to game 6 pretty much. But no, they got completely destroyed in game 5. It's we'll just wait for next season. They decided just not to try.
I think game 3 really said something, planted something. I think because they went to game 3.
Yeah.
I mean, because they won game 3. I think that really added. Game 4 shocked me because of that, especially because they won by double digits, 20 digits.
And that's the thing that we were discussing. Yeah. I'm all like, okay, they won the game 4. They showed they got the chops more than enough, 122 to 84.
Yeah.
What does that say? They have the momentum. They have the ability to go do it. But I guess when it came to game 5, they were like, nah, mejor no. They decided not. Why? What was it that happened? Where did that fire go?
Where did everything go?
Yeah, where did that fire go?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I definitely think Luka, needs someone else to go in that system.
And I agree. And like
Someone in the wing, somebody who can go ahead and shoot.
mm,
I guess they're more of a three kind of trying to shoot for three kind of team.
yeah.
So
I saw
yeah,
a lot.
in the wing.
I saw so many bricks. You can build a house with all those bricks I seen.
I agree with that one.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. So, I mean, yeah, no, it's not Luka's fault. If you look, he did his job.
Yeah.
He did what he needed.
Even and for the record, that which game was it? Was it game 3 or game 2 that he fouled out?
Game
3. It was game 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
That should have happened.
Well, going into, I mean, I don't want to sound because every time we complain about the refs, of course, people always say, whatever, you're just crybaby or whatever. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't agree with a lot of the calls.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Really towards the Celtics.
If anything, that foul during that game, that crucial game that they could have won.
Yeah,
they could have won that. That was a charging, my man.
No, and
that was a charging.
Yeah. I showed you the video. I think.
We saw it. Like, we talked about it, and even at that, like we even see the clip. That's a charge. It was a charge.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was like, how in the world are you gonna give him a foul for that?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't agree with a lot of the calls. That wasn't the only one. I didn't agree with a lot of the calls. I think it was more towards the side of the Celtics on that.
Yeah.
At least on the ref side.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, I'm proud for the Mavericks though. Luka,
distance, Luka, he played his heart out.
I mean, my goodness, my guy,
Irving, that one game,
my favorite
game 3,
player.
Yeah.
I mean, but Irving, it was game 4.
Yeah,
it was game 4.
That he
that's what I'm saying. when they were, they won by like that. I mean, like, where was this on game 1, 2, 3, or 5?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Where was this in all these games? Luka needs you to be on point every time. Not just one game and that's it. And then you're like, okay, no, I don't decide to play today. You know what? I'm not gonna put 20 points up in the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If somebody else would have helped them put 20 points in the board at least, I think this would have gone a different way.
I honestly say I think it would have gone to game 7.
Like I said, in all the other games that they've done, they like you said, they overcame. They went ahead and adapted to the defense, to the teams,
definitely
to beat them.
Yes,
in every way possible. Especially against the first team that they played in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, going back. The top team, the number 1 team on their division.
Oh, talking about the Timberwolves or
no,
the Thunder.
The Thunder.
The Thunder, yes.
I think the Thunder had the Mavericks tested the most.
Yes.
Because their defense really put a stop to Luka.
A lot.
And it took the other team, the rest of the team, to go ahead and overcome that.
Yeah.
And they adapted. Luka also passed the ball more to go ahead and put threes to make more assists. And he adapted. I think they're the team that I saw most put more pressure on the Mavericks to go ahead and change and adapt. And I didn't see any of that in this series.
No, I didn't. I was expecting that dog of a team to show up during these finals, and
that's what was missing.
Yeah,
that was missing.
It showed glimpses of it during that game 4.
Yep. It showed what could have been.
What could have been. What should have been.
What should have been.
What should have been.
Yeah, what could have, should have, would have.
Yeah.
Could have, should have, would have. Everything.
Either way, though, they, it's great that they went the distance. Unfortunately, the Celtics had their number.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't compare my man Luka to that.
Oh, yeah.
What was that comparison?
Yeah.
The Cowboys, like, no. Please calm down. I mean, Cowboys, I love them, but no, don't do that.
Like a curse word.
No. Ew, brother. Ew.
What's that, brother? Ew.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, happy for Luka. He got a great season, great player.
Yeah.
Should be the player of the year. I mean, hands down, no matter what. Of course he's not. But he's going to be. He should have been in my book. And just honestly, Mavericks did great.
Yes.
Or should I say Luka? They should name the team Luka.
The Luka.
The Maverick.
The Maverick Luka.
Maverick Luka. the Dallas Lucas.
The Dallas Lucas. Yeah, there you go.
Dallas Lucas.
But hopefully they can keep that same momentum this upcoming season. As I said earlier, the NBA draft.
Hopefully Luka can keep the same momentum, and hopefully they get him some help.
Get some help.
Please get him some help.
Get some trade some draft picks. Get some I don't something needs to happen.
Please,
because there are a lot of prospects,
Please.
And hey, Houston, San Antonio, hey, they're looking to get some killers on that court. They're gonna get some assassins on there. So.
Man, wouldn't it be something like Wimby and Luka? Wouldn't that be something?
It'll be one heck of a trade. To get Luka to go to San. But
I mean that'll never happen. Well, but Dallas would never. One, they would never get rid of Luka.
Yeah, and San Antonio won't get rid of Wimby.
Yeah, but I mean, wouldn't that be something? That's a dream team right there. Yeah, Just the start of it, and let's see what we can make up with the rest. But even just them two, it'd be amazing to see what could have happened if something like that was.
Yeah. Well, that thinking of who would be a great prospect on the team, we were learning like since yesterday or actually today that Houston was thinking about giving Kevin Durant.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I just don't see Durant working together with in Houston. I don't know. No. I just don't see him fit in. I don't know. I don't see him fit in.
No. I feel like that kind of ego and that kind of like drama. Like
I agree.
It won't fit well. They'll be like another James Harden.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna play nicely if it does happen.
Yeah.
But yes, I did hear that they wanted to go ahead and trade for him. Whether it's stars or picks.
I feel that the Rockets can do better. They can do way better.
I mean, who would you like to see? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know who's in the free agency right now.
Another partner of Kevin Durant and the Suns. I say Devin Booker.
Yes. Yeah. I think he would be a better fit.
Yeah.
I would see a better fit. Although I know Durant brings in more fans, I would say, I'm not gonna take it out. I mean, Durant, I probably will bring more fans. I think he wouldn't work well with the team as much as Booker would. I would see Booker actually working well with the Rockets in the chemistry.
Right. The chemistry that he brings, I see like that leadership. Like, role he also takes that I see with the Suns. Yeah, and even at that, I think it was his rookie season or second year. They went to the finals. What does that tell you? Having that combination with already the phenomenal team that the Rockets were this season, despite injuries and whatnot. Like that would be a great addition.
They came close. To going to the playoffs.
That would be a great addition.
They just missed it. So I mean, they just need that extra little right there. And even this year, I mean, you know what? You never know what might happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe they might bring a lot of those players that they went ahead and put in as backups, or from you know what I mean?
Yeah, from the Vipers.
Hey, when there was a lot of injuries, a lot of those players that played
the Vipers,
they did it really good.
That's another thing. That's another sweetest thing about this NBA draft is that whoever they get, they're gonna start off with the Vipers as well too. They just shine them up real nicely.
Yeah,
that's gonna make the RGV from.
That's just gonna add more. That's amazing. I mean,
definitely.
I mean, I love seeing the Vipers. I mean, we love seeing them. I know you do too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just good. Great addition. Great. It's just a big plus.
Yeah, they're a great plus. It's a great plus
overall.
But we'll get into the NBA draft right now.
The
NBA draft now.
I'm interested to see who they go ahead and get and what they try to go ahead and attack pretty much and try to go ahead and get. Spurs definitely need the most. Rockets, I don't think they need the most. I just feel like they just need to make sure that whoever they bring fits well with them. Because overall, I think they have great players. Mavericks, they need somebody else. They need somebody else.
Yeah, they do. They
need somebody to help out Luka, and that could have been
that could have been a whole different NBA Finals if they had that. If Luka had that help that he needed. It wasn't his fault. I disagree with a lot of other analysts saying that it was his fault, that he wasn't playing ball right. And then for the record, that Stephen A. Smith was one of those top guys saying that, of course, because he already has this hatred towards Dallas, no matter what team it was.
Oh, this time he stayed?
This time he stayed for that interview? This time he stayed? Yeah. Like, I don't know what it is, but honestly, I disagree with a lot of what they said about Luka.
Yeah, I agree.
And he played his heart out.
He did what he did.
And the stats don't lie.
Nope.
The stats don't lie. The points don't lie. At the game, once the game's done, the final points, he took. I think it was like the top one of three. Three out of the five. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 out of the 5. Yeah, 3 out of the 5. He was the one with the most points in that game.
I mean, he did his job. What I can see from just that wise, like I said, like what you said too.
Yeah.
I think he did his job, and I saw him do his job. I saw that he needed help.
Yeah.
I saw he can do it by himself. I think other people needed to step up, and they didn't.
Yes, they did. Yeah. They did not. That did not. And it showed.
I think that's what something the Mavericks need to focus on and understand, and hopefully they give Luka the help that he needs, because they already have a great look at how far they got with Luka.
Yeah, they did.
So imagine just giving him the help he needs.
Even that little extra,
little bit of extra help can go a long way.
Yeah,
I can, and I'm eager to see him next year, and what the Mavericks do for the
who they get tonight. Yeah, who they get tonight.
Next year.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to
free agency. Who they get in trades and free agency. That's
you know what is to be quite frank, free agency has been really quiet.
Well, for the most part, I think right now they're just focused on the draft.
I think every team, every team is focusing a lot more on the draft than on free agencies.
Yeah,
not a lot of a lot of movement going on there.
Yeah.
But we'll wait and see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens after the draft too. A lot of movement.
Yeah, a lot of.
They'll probably wait after the draft, and maybe there's movement afterwards.
Definitely, and I expect great things of all three of our Texas teams in the NBA.
Definitely. I think the Spurs is the one that we're looking at more because it cannot have a repeat of this season.
Oh no. They
need to step it up big time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna let that happen, because if anything, they're just gonna waste, the top player of Wemby.
Yeah,
they're just gonna waste them there. Like
exactly.
if they don't give him the help that he needs, se le va a ir. He's gonna go with another team.
I would. I know anybody would.
3-4 seasons there in the,
No, they need to get him and then build him
sour
out.
grapes. Yeah.
So,
But hopefully they build well around him. Yeah.
So hopefully that does happen.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what each team does and what their priorities are depending on how they draft.
Yeah. But now, time to go to the gridiron, my brother.
Surprisingly, we have something to talk about regarding football.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of talk.
No, a lot of talk.
A lot of talk.
A lot of talk.
I'm walking here.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of people saying not to get rid of Dak because of his stats, because the hardship of finding a new quarterback, which I've talked about a lot in previous shows.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but better get it over with now than later, because after Dak, it's still going to happen.
Yeah.
It's still going to have to happen, whether let's say he finishes, let's say we give him a new set of 3 years.
Yeah.
After those 3 years, let's say we don't renew him, he's already old, he's old news. Yeah. We're going to have to look for, it's still going to have to happen. Sooner, later, doesn't matter. It's still going to have to happen. Now, let's say we do it now, we play him, he might beat us. Yeah. You know what? Because we're not ready we don't have a quarterback yet. We're still looking. But you know what? The whole point is to get to the Super Bowl as fast as possible to get that wins.
Yeah.
And one of the things, and I saw that, comparing Dak with Mahomes. I'm like, for one, wow.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Wow.
Well, why and wow. Why and wow. I was just, okay, all right, let's go there, all right. I was surprised that the stats were that big of a difference. There were a big difference.
Yeah, they
Dak's stats were a lot better. But let's get one thing straight. Mahomes has been with the league less than Dak.
Yes.
Maybe by 2-3 years?
I believe it's 3 years. It was 3 years.
3 years. And he's been to the Super Bowl 3 times, won 2 out of those 3.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. Where's that stat for you that want to the people that want to keep Dak? when we need him, he doesn't perform. We know how far he can go. Yes, we have, and I've said it too, also in the show. We have great season runs. We've had what 12-5 game seasons the past 3 years consecutively, 12-5. But what do we have to show for it?
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no playoff wins. There's no championship that we won. There's no Super Bowl win. There's no. We haven't had anything. I mean, it's just you can't compare. I mean, if you want to compare somebody's stats, and at least he had a reason, was Romo.
Yeah.
Who was Romo's best running back? The best running back that I could see by stat wise was Julius Jones. Maybe other people might say differently, but stat wise, I believe that when I looked it up, it was Julius Jones.
I agree with you.
And honestly, he was. Where did he go? What happened to him after he went to the Eagles? After that, didn't hear a dang thing. Dang thing.
Yeah.
Miles Austin was one of his best receivers. Went to the Eagles also. Boom. Nothing.
It seems like the Eagles are a black hole.
Back then they would just recycle our
obscurity.
stuff. They're like, hey, you want this? I'll have the price. You know what? And then and what else? I mean, honestly, it's like at least Romo had good stats.
Oh yeah,
he had even better stats than Tom Brady. Of course, now Tom Brady, he played more seasons than Romo did. But at the level, at the time that they went, he had even better stats than Tom Brady. Romo at least had an excuse. He didn't have a running back. He didn't have receivers. I mean, his best receivers were, like I said, Miles Austin, Des Bryant, and T.O. T.O., it was at the end of his career. And look at what he did with T.O. On top of everything.
Yes.
Des Bryant, a lot of people might say he's an elite receiver. I never thought of him as an elite receiver because look at what happened after he left the Cowboys again. Who picked him up?
I think it was the Green Bay. Was it Green Bay?
No, Vikings. And then he got
Vikings. Yes, it was.
And then
Vikings.
what happened? He got injured in practice, and that was after a 2 or a year after he left us. He wasn't right after. Yeah. So you see, that's the best that Romo got. At least he had an excuse. Dak has gotten receivers. Great receivers. They build a team overall. People complaining about his line. The line gave him the time that he needed. He needs to release that ball quicker. He has to have a quicker release. His line wasn't the problem. Yeah, they had a quick, maybe here and there, but for the most time, a lot of times he had a good amount of time to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Whether he kept that ball, that was all him.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of the mistakes. Now, a lot of people also say it's a team. It's not a one-player game. You're right. But what do you call interceptions?
Yeah.
That's all him. And he had four in the playoffs.
Yeah.
In that game. He didn't give our defense a chance to rest.
No.
He didn't give our team. So, you see, when you go and look at all this, that's what I'm talking about when I say we need to get rid of him, because all this adds up.
Yeah, and I feel that's when stats don't mean squat.
Exactly.
They don't mean squat. They don't. Because if you can't take your team to a distance that the way they're meant to be, that the way that they paid you for, the ridiculous amount of money that they paid them already.
Yeah.
Yeah. And supposedly, and even if that we discussed this, the possibilities, and Jerry Jones is notorious. Well, more than likely, if they have a successful, let's say, they go the distance. Let's just say, they win the Super Bowl, and they offer him another contract. That's an extension of how many more seasons with Dak? Would you be looking forward to that despite a Super Bowl win?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would say, you know what? Since he's got one more year, and I think I have mentioned that before. I think I did say something along the lines. I think for both of them, it should be a make it or break it moment. They both have one more year. I don't want to talk about your contract until the end of the season. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now. You win us a bowl, we'll talk about you extending your contract. And we'll extend your contract. I'll go for it. I wouldn't mind if he would win us a bowl, if finally, and he's capable of it. to go ahead and do it, and we'll to extend it. I wouldn't mind that because he did it once, he could do it again.
Yeah.
And so with coach, but when you look at the consistency of what he's done over the course of his years, that's why I say get rid of him, because I mean, it's like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Fool me
You know what I
multiple
mean?
seasons.
Keep on fooling me. It keeps on being my fault. You know what I mean? You know, you can't. You have to see what's obvious here and everything. And yes, other people. I've also heard, and I mentioned it also. Drew Brees.
Yes.
He didn't win his Super Bowl until 7 years. Yeah, but you saw potential in that guy.
Right. Yeah.
He did have playoff runs.
Yeah.
He went in and he won.
He went deep
more
in the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't see one and out. I mean, I think the furthest we've gone, I think, is the second round. And that's only because
once every 2 seasons?
No,
since we got Dak, how many seasons have we gone to the playoffs? Since
I'm not gonna lie. We've gone to the playoffs almost every year that Dak's been. No. Well, he got injured, but
that injury.
The majority,
not counting the injury.
Not counting the injury.
That was a bad injury.
See, that was bad. Yeah. I want to say yes for the majority of the time. Dak, we've gone to the playoffs.
Okay, so you could say that.
So you could say that because we've had good regular seasons. But here we come in playoffs, and boom, we blow out.
Game one or like
his first year was the furthest we went, and that's what I was going to say, because we had a bye. Because we were number one.
That's
we were
true.
number one.
That's true. He did have a bye.
Because we were number one.
Yeah.
We had a bye. Played the second game, we lost.
Yeah.
And you see, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's technically his first game of the playoffs, and he lost it.
No, I see that completely.
Yeah. So I mean, so people talking about it and saying, "Why? No, we shouldn't get rid of Dak." No, we should. We should. We should. Logically, statistically, I mean, the only reason actually there's more of hopefulness to keep him than to not, like you said, because him actually winning the Super Bowl this year is more on the hopeful side than logical side.
Yeah,
that he will go ahead and accomplish it.
Yeah,
can he do it? I'm not saying no. I mean, shoot, man, we've given him all the materials. He has the number one receiver. I would say the number one receiver, CD Lamb, on his side.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's got a monstrous of a line. Let's see how good they do on live TV and on Sunday night. Let's see on Sunday. Sorry, let's see how good they do, because 2 of them are new, but they have a monster of a line. So he should have no problem with throwing the ball. But let's get this straight: they can't hold the defensive lineman for 5 minutes either. Fans have to understand, he needs to get that ball and quickly throw the ball.
Yeah.
On average, you have 3 to 5 seconds to throw that ball. Anything more than that, you're looking for a sack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to have a quick release. You have to have quick look, quick boom.
Yeah.
There you go. You know what I mean? And I mean, I don't know. Season wise, we've been doing great, phenomenally. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not disappointed in the season. Playoffs though, I want to get there. I want to go to the bowl, man.
Yeah.
I want to go to the bowl. I want to see my team in the bowl.
I think Dallas is due for that.
Yeah, overdue. A lot. They should have gotten it done a lot with Romo. I don't think they gave him if they would have given Romo what they gave with Dak. Man, I don't see less than 2 bowls at least minimum on his ring.
Yeah,
honestly, if they would have given him the resources that they did. But what I saw when Romo was there is that they focused more on the defensive side than on the offense.
But now that's changed since what's his name again? The defensive coordinator.
Well, he left the one that left.
Yeah, he left.
I'm forgetting his name, but
he went with the Commanders.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I would not have done that.
No,
I think he makes, because he came from I think it was the Vikings, or no Falcons. Falcons. Dan Quinn. There you go, Dan Quinn. I believe that he was a better defensive coordinator and he should have stayed a defensive coordinator than a head coach.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like I like the way he set up his defense for Dallas.
Yeah.
I was confident in that. Seeing Mike, I'm like, okay, his guys, yeah, they got good chemistry with his boys and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I don't know what Jerry Jones.
I will say the
Behind
only
the scenes
question
drama.
I do have for Quinn. I do have a question for Quinn.
Yeah.
But before, I mean, yeah, he already left.
Yeah.
What was he thinking when he went from man to man to zone on the playoff game?
Yeah.
Because that was a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but then again, I understand him too. Maybe he was trying to accommodate his players because they were tired since Dak was throwing interceptions and couldn't get like first downs at all to get the defense some rest.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he went to zone to try to get his players to rest a little bit. And I mean, maybe that was the whole reason behind zoning.
Buy some time. Maybe.
Yeah, no, because zone takes less effort, less running around than man to man.
Yeah.
So I mean, of course, I mean that's the only thing that I could come up with. And again, the defensive, it affects what Dak did because he threw interceptions in and out, and that's it.
Yeah, he did.
So one man can make a big difference. On that. So yeah. So I mean, that's what I had to say. I had my rant on that because I couldn't believe my ears when I'm like, I mean, I know Mahomes is not, Dallas, but I respect the guy for what he's done and what he I mean,
all that he's accomplished as a quarterback,
And I think it's an insult to him to honestly compare him to Dak.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's you can't dude. He's been in 3 bowls. I mean, Dak hasn't even been in one.
And speaking of potential teams to watch out for, the Houston Texans, man.
Oh, definitely. I think they're the number one watched. They're the number one team to be watching.
Yeah, especially CJ Stroud.
No, all eyes are going. Actually, that's the biggest thing. Yeah. I think he's the player. He's the most watched out player. Like everybody's gonna have his eyes on him.
Yeah.
Which is good and bad.
Well, good in the sense because you're already seeing what he's capable of.
Oh, definitely.
And with the defensive line that he has, the offensive line that the Texans have, I feel they might go the distance. That's for me.
No, they're expected to.
Yeah, for me, me being a fan, and being a fan of football, and also being a biased fan as a Texan, they're going far. They're going far.
Yeah, no. They're definitely they're that's what I mean about being. I think they're the most watched out and the player because they're expected, and that's the bad thing. Sometimes when there's all eyes on you, it causes some strain.
I could see that point, but
I really hope it doesn't.
But at the same time, that also puts in a determination to do your best.
Oh no!
To bring out the best.
Well, I'll tell you, if it goes well, which you should because of the players, and that's another thing. Houston, although they haven't really been in that spotlight, they have a lot of veteran players, so they already know what to watch out. They understand the spotlight in other teams, and so they're veteran players. The only one is CJ. CJ, he's new. I mean, we all know what he can do. We all know he's great. We all know, man, he's fantastic. We know what he can do. Yeah, and that's for damn sure is to make it to the playoffs and even win a bowl. For sure. But sometimes when it the stress and everybody watching you and let's say you have a bad game, they're gonna let them have it. They're gonna turn quick. They're gonna fans, anchors, everybody is gonna be talking a whole bunch of smack.
That's the problem, but those that are true fans and those that have seen the way he's played since his first year with the Texans, they're gonna know.
Well, those are the fans that he's gonna need to listen to and look for. And I hope Houston fans do understand that it's his second year. And he has a lot of people have they're riding on him. So he has a lot. He has a lot to carry. He has the whole team to carry, although not really because he has a lot of veteran players. They have a great team and everything, but nonetheless, as a quarterback,
with a lot of wisdom too. So that's going to sharpen his IQ a lot more.
And not only that, I mean, from what we've seen, coach he has a great coach to fall back on.
Yeah, exactly.
He has a lot. His head coach is a great guy to have on your side as a coach.
Yeah, I feel that they're more of a solid team right now than Dallas.
Oh, overall,
and I don't mean that just being controversial. No, from what I've seen and from where they performed.
Yeah.
And even at that, they went to the playoffs. They went to the second round.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They went up against a hard team too, as well, because the Ravens they weren't no pushover either.
Yeah, and they were tied in the half, so they did pretty good.
Although the second half they fell apart, but
yeah. But nonetheless, I mean, you're right. Yeah. So and I think that honestly, in all honesty, that falls more into leadership.
Yeah.
That falls more into the quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you said, we had a guy that's bringing him up, and then we had a guy over here in the Dallas that brought him down. That was bringing the team down. I mean, 4 interceptions in a playoff, you can't do that and expect to win.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Turnovers, like the baker that he is.
Yes, I mean you can't do that.
Yeah.
And one of the things that CJ did have, I think, an interception or two in that game. But nonetheless, he came back and kept on fighting.
He didn't fall apart.
Yeah, he didn't.
And that's what I like. Yeah. I like when they went up against Tampa Bay, that one game they were down, clutch mode, and they ended up winning.
I mean, honestly, everybody thought that they were gonna lose.
Yeah.
Or it was gonna be a close game, but at least they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
I mean, they surprised a lot of people with that game.
A lot of people, yeah. A lot of doubts went out the window.
And honestly, CJ, hands down, did great.
Did phenomenal. Did great.
Yeah. Yeah, he did great. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm one of the people that, and I told you this even from the beginning.
Yeah.
I really don't care about how he does this season. I want to know how he does next season.
Yeah.
This coming season.
Yeah.
I feel like this is really gonna show you.
Yeah.
His consistency of how is he gonna be? What kind of a quarterback is he gonna go ahead and become? You're gonna go ahead and see, is he going up or is he gonna be one of those that he looks like he has really good talent and he has great leadership, so it looks like he's gonna be one of those that goes up.
You can tell he has a good head on his shoulders, and for the love of the game that they're gonna go the distance.
Well, I definitely hope.
I expect the playoff. Even at that, even if they don't go to the bowl, which I expect them to go to the bowl, but I feel like they'll be the third round before the Super Bowl.
Yeah. No, well, definitely playoffs at least minimum.
Yeah,
they're in the same boat that I feel like now. We know that they're at least they need to. I mean, for sure, need to make the playoffs. Yeah. So we'll definitely see. I'm eager to see them this year. I think everybody's eager to see Houston Texans, especially their fans, their fan base. A lot of Houston fans are eager to see their boys play because, man, I'm not gonna lie, they're the most solidified team. I would say
definitely
they're one of the most solidified teams overall. Have everything. Let's see how that goes. And then on top of that, they have CJ. It's gonna be great to watch them play.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking, and with 71 days left till kickoff. Ooh, just
getting closer.
A few more Sundays. Yeah, a few more Sundays.
10 more Sundays. No, what didn't we say? I think 10 Sundays. I think we're 9 or 10.
But a lot more Sundays coming up.
A lot more. There's still a couple of Sundays left.
Yeah.
But nonetheless.
September 7th, I believe, yes.
And guess what? I'm just looking at this right now just I wanted to see if they had the schedules already ready. Houston, Texans, and the Bears are going to open up with the Hall of Fame game.
Let's go.
It's going to be on Thursday, August the 1st. Yeah. They're going to have and they're going to be one of the first preseason games. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Thursday, August 8th is the first preseason game. They're going to play on Friday. But
they're going to play on a Friday game? Is it a Friday game?
For preseason.
Preseason.
Because they have 3 preseason games.
Yeah, preseason.
But I'm going into week 1. Guess who they're going to play their first Sunday?
Okay. Who?
Back to back, coming back from when they're ending almost their last season, the Colts.
Oh,
I mean they're in the division, so it doesn't really so big surprise.
It's always the Colts. It's always the Colts.
They're in the division, so it's not much surprising. But nonetheless, they're gonna start where they ended last year.
Yeah.
So hopefully they beat them too.
Yeah, they will.
They have to beat them to get over to the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Colts were either them or either one was gonna go to the playoffs. Whoever win.
No. Our boys got it. Texans, Miami,
and talking about schedules, that's another thing. This year, I mean, that what I said about Dak, I would agree to it. I would agree to you make it to the bowl, we'll talk about renewing your contract.
Yeah.
We negotiating. But I will say this season is gonna be one of the toughest seasons of his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
This season we have almost every team that played in the playoffs, if not all of them, if I'm correct. Every team. We have one of the hardest schedules set.
Mm.
So it's not gonna be just a whatever season too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a difficult regular season.
Yeah.
So if he can have the same records as before going into that, I mean, even at the end of the season, maybe I'll have something different to say.
Yeah.
Because he did beat overall, but then again, I mean, if he beats them, we should be definitely winning a bowl because we're playing the toughest teams, at least everybody that made it in the playoffs this season.
You're going up against the Texans, what, like after their bye week?
Oh, on top of that, we're
back at the bye, or
I know
or before
it's
the
like
bye.
In the middle. I know
Is it
it's
before
in the middle.
or after the bye?
If I'm correct, it was week.
I think it's before the bye. Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Week 11.
Mm-hmm.
Week 11. No, we don't have a bye.
Oh, really?
Not at least week 10. We don't have a bye because week 10 we play the Eagles. Week 9 we play the Falcons. I think maybe week 8. No, week 8. Week 8 we play the 49ers. We play the 49ers after our bye. We have a bye on the week 7.
Oh, okay.
So you see. And I've always said it to, I don't know if I've said it on the show though, but I know I've told you, I do not like playing. I don't like the games that we play after we have a bye.
Yeah.
We always freeze up cold and we always do bad. And on top of that, we're playing the 49ers after our bye. So that in itself says everything. And I don't like that. I would have liked to play them at least 1 or 2 games after we go ahead and come back from a bye week. I would like an easy game, at least if we had an easy, or at least a division game, at least what's it called, after our bye. But I mean, it is what it is, and I mean, we'll see how that goes.
I expect. I think after the way last season turned out with the 49ers, I expect that blowout not to happen again.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As long as we have Dak, I cannot confirm or deny. I don't know what to expect anymore. To be honest,
at this point, why?
I don't know. Have no idea what to expect. 49ers. As long as Dak is on the field, I don't expect to beat them. To be honest, the 49ers. Honestly, if we do, I mean, we'll see how the game goes.
Yeah.
I mean, we did play them on regular season last year or the year before. I forgot. We're playing them regular season. Maybe that'll give us an edge. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't have my hopes up, to be quite honest with you. As long as we have Dak, there's the consistency. It's his kryptonite for whatever reason. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah. But I don't expect to beat the 49ers now with Dak.
No. Well, to end it on a higher note, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Visit Apogee Comics all throughout social media and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located at
Indiana Street in Bronzeville.
Yeah, buddy. Browntown.
Browntown.
Now, for our favorite segment of the show, we give you this week's Ponte Pilas, Pilas, Pilas.
Ándale.
And this is Mijo.
Ooh, who deserves it this week? Who should we let it have?
So what do you want to have? Good news or bad news?
Yeah, let's start with the good news, or you want to start with the bad news?
Well, technically, this week's bad news is not really more bad news. It's more of
it's more like
Ponte Pilas in a good way.
You better get your engine started.
Yeah.
You better do what we tell you.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's start off with the semi good news, I guess, or
yeah. Why not? Why not?
Yeah. Well, Ponte Pilas, the Dallas Mavericks, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Houston Rockets.
Couldn't agree more. You guys need to go ahead and step it up, each for their own reason, each with their own. We went over it during our show. What I at least what we think what they need. But yeah, they need to go ahead and get on the ball, and each one of them needs to go ahead and get ready for next season.
Because this NBA draft,
yep,
there are a lot of good prospects coming, and these three teams, our three Texas teams, need to watch out, look out, and because there are a lot of kids that can ball. I know LeBron James' son, he's not going to go with any of our teams. I'll be shocked if he does. But
I'm really surprised because I heard he likes Texas. What he wanted to go with Texas team. Yeah. I think it was the Spurs, if I'm not mistaken.
I would be shocked. I would eat my own shoe.
Whoa.
Not that I will, but
I mean, well,
like my wife says, it's un decir. But no, I feel that these three teams, they need to pay attention. All the owners need to pay attention to this draft because there's a lot of great prospects, a lot of great ball players coming, and they're itching to win some championships.
Oh, yeah, they're eager.
Dallas, get somebody to help Luka. Definitely. San Antonio, get somebody to help Wemby. And Houston Rockets, you're good. Just afirmarlo and do not get Kevin Durant.
Do not get him.
That's one thing. Don't get Kevin Durant.
If you want to get somebody, get Brooks. You'll be much cheaper on top of that.
Booker. Yeah, get Booker. If you want to get somebody, if you want to get somebody's already season, get Booker. Get Booker. Yeah, that's my view on that. Because like Durant, no offense, yeah, he had the championship. Well, he's a great ball player. Yes, but I feel he's not a great fit for the city of Houston. That's just me. He's not a great fit.
I couldn't agree with you more. I don't feel like he fits.
Despite that, it's just another James Harden. He'll be there, diva, and he doesn't want to like. If something doesn't go his way, he's gonna be all diva-ish and not perform to his full potential.
And we don't.
And we've already seen that. We've seen that with the Nets. We've seen that here with the Warriors. Yep. And we've even seen that with the Suns.
Yeah.
So what does that say? He's gonna do the same thing with the Rockets. We don't need that.
No, it's definitely not what we need.
No, because the Rockets are a great team. Exactly. And they proved that last year. Despite injuries, they were bound for the playoffs.
Yeah, and you know what? One bad apple can ruin it for everybody.
Yeah. And not only that, we've seen that the city of Houston knows how to form a great basketball team by the Vipers.
Yeah.
They build them and they sharpen them up. What does that say? We don't need that kind of negativity or bad, apple, as Freddie was saying.
Yeah.
We don't need that in Houston. So I feel that Houston needs to pay attention to this draft, get some great ball players, sharpen them up with the Vipers during the offseason, or call up some other ball players from the Vipers, go to the main roster. I know it's easier said than done, but we know that the Vipers can ball.
Exactly. I mean, we saw a difference during the midseason.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
We've seen it. So, come on, Houston. You can do better than that.
Yeah.
You can do way better than that. You can do way better than
and you need to, because you know what? If not, it's going to cost you a second time not making it to the playoffs.
Yes. Or probably like playoffs and the finals going to cost another championship for the season.
Another run at the playoffs.
And this team doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. No, we both agree, and we've seen it that this team doesn't deserve that.
Correct. Mm-hmm. They're there. They got it, and they need to make it to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. If not this year, they're gonna miss the playoffs again.
Yeah. So yes, Ponte Pilas, our three awesome Texas teams, and let's bring some dubs home.
We're rooting for you.
Yes.
All our fans, the fans, and everybody.
Now, my brother, onto the better news. I felt that was that right. I know, honestly.
Well, more like what I'm more what they should do, because it really is.
It's true though. It's true though.
We're not lying. We're not lying.
I know there are a lot of other NBA fans.
We love you, and this is why we say it.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, my brother, can I get a drum roll for the Esos Mijo?
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah. And the winner of the Esos Mijo this week is the Houston Astros.
Well deserved.
Yes, sir.
7-game winning streak. Oh my God! By home runs left and right.
Yeah, RBIs. Wow. Amazing pitching. Amazing pitching.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you.
There's so much. There's so much.
I'm eager to see this kid. He pitched good today, but I'm gonna be honest. Blanco amazed me.
What did I tell you?
Yeah,
What did I tell you?
I'm not gonna lie. He did. I mean, just watching him pitch, I was like, it was just amazing.
You know, despite getting suspended for that dumb reason, unnecessary. But at the same time, hey, it served a purpose. He rested up his arm because, like, I don't know why this pitching clock is injuring all our pitchers. But you know what? He came back stronger, better, more determined than ever to prove a point. And he's been proving it,
man.
And as well as the prospect of Spencer Arringhetti, Jake Bloss, come back, get healthy. Like what those innings that you pitched were phenomenal. We can't wait to see you pitch a no-hitter the whole game. I'm excited.
And I'm excited. I mean, I still can't. I have to call Altuve for his second.
That
catch was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah.
Like that boy jumped, and I was like, God, did he catch that?
Yeah, so he's Super Mario that man.
He's like,
but no, phenomenal. Like the Houston Astros have been proving what I felt, and a lot of other Astros fans felt, that this team has still juice.
Oh,
in that train. Yeah, no pun intended to the Minute Maid part, but yeah, there's still juice in the team.
They still got some juice.
Yeah, they got the juice, but
they got the juice.
Yes. The Astros Miko Award goes to the Houston Astros. Boom. Keep it up. Enjoy your rest day as you travel with the New York Mets.
I know.
And dominate. Hey, that Grimace magic's got to run out sometime.
It's gonna end when they play.
Yeah, it's gonna end on Friday.
Yeah,
and it's gonna continue on all the way till Sunday. Keep the streak alive. Let's get those 10 wins.
Remember Friday. Very eager to see them play.
Oh
man.
yeah,
very
phenomenal. Yes. But man, what a show!
Yep.
What an awesome show.
And a lot to look forward to.
Yes.
Still, either way. We still have a lot to look forward to. Things are starting up again.
Yeah, momentum. Teams are picking up momentum.
Are picking up, man.
Yes, definitely.
Hopefully the Rangers are not behind and they keep
hopefully they don't fall that far behind as a Texas team. Keep it up. Houston Astros move up to first and Rangers go to second. Hey,
that'll be a great.
That'll be great. That'll be great. Now I'm just saying that as a biased Houston Astros fan, but either way, as a baseball fan in general, the top 2 spots should belong to the Texas
team.
Yes,
that would be nice to see.
That would be nice to see.
Just like we saw last year.
And we have it. We have the potential to do it.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
We can see it right now.
Yes. Well, man, it's been an awesome show.
Yep.
Once again, I'm Rene Garza Jr.
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
And we'll see you at the next tailgate. My brother, let's go grab a bite, my man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I wish there was an Astros game tonight, but they had a day game.
They're going to play away next week.
Yeah. Well, technically not next week, but yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.